Hi, it's Jamie with Jamie's Arts a la Cartes. So I have a fun springtime project for us. Spring's in the air, so it's time to get ready. We're going to start by making a pretty Easter wreath, and then probably something that can be just for spring in general. And what I thought I would do is I'm going to actually take this wreath here that I ended up not giving to anybody. I'm not a big Halloween spider fan, but I love my grandkids, so there you go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to construct this a little bit. And let's see. Yeah, those are little owl lights. I think I could leave those on there. We'll see. I may take those off. I've got plenty of lights. But I'm going to take these things off. And then I've got just bunches and bunches of other items that I can add to a wreath. So I've got a bucket of flowers. I've got this that I found on clearance at Walmart. Is that cute or what? It's a little nest with the eggs. And of course all these bright things from Dollar Tree. And then I'm going to take out the orange and some of the yellow and replace it with pinks and blues and greens. And then I have a cute little ribbon. So let's see what we can make with all of this. This will probably be a couple different wreaths here, but we're going to start with an Easter one first, just so that I don't so that I'm not late again. All right, this should be a fun one and a bright and cheery one. That'll be nice to hang on the door. All right, let's get to it. All right, like I said, I'm going to start by deconstructing this Halloween wreath. And that's why I don't glue things in. I want to find a way to use these things because I'm tired of storing them. So I'm thinking Easter and bright and cheery. So I'm going to start just taking these things off. Super simple, because remember, all I did was use pipe cleaners to attach them. So it'll take me a minute to get them all off, but I can use them for another project, you know. Grandson's got a kick out of the last one that I made, so who knows? I may get another one. All right, so we have our wreath deconstructed. down to what I want to leave on there. So the next thing I want to do is, these are just those little mesh rolls that you can get like at the Dollar Tree. And this is just ribbon I had in my stash. And then I did go ahead and take off those little owl lights because I found these. They're like a little green light. So I think those will look cute on this Easter wreath. So basically I'm going to just cut them. Remember we used our mat here. I'm going to actually cut them all at the same time. Not the ribbon, but the mesh. Kind of makes it easier. I think I'm going to do this. I want to do this a little different. I think I'm going to, and then we're just going to cut them. I'm going to use 2 of these, so I'm going to cut those together. So I'm going to actually keep them together. I went just past it because invariably it frays, so that'll get me what I have over here to match the yellow. I have more of this, but I'm trying to let the yellow and the green be the base and then let the colors pop. That way the flowers and little Easter eggs will show up well. Alright, we've got our tool cut. I did change my mind. I went from this deeper green to like a lime green. So it'll be brighter, more springy looking. And so when I get to the end of the rolls, I don't really measure because there's not enough to do 2. So what I do is I just take it. Sometimes it's more than 2, sometimes it's not. Not exactly, doesn't measure exactly 2, so I just basically take this, get all my staples out, get rid of that. Too bad I can't figure out anything to do with these yet. Have tons of those. There it is. Alright, so then I take it and I basically fold it in half and then cut down the back. Because if it's a smidge different, honestly, with all these little curls, it's not going to show. So that's just how I do the end. To show you that one more time, here's a pink one I had left over. Get it to where I can see the staples. Get the staple out of there. I'm just pushing down on that cardboard like that, and then pushing the staple up, and then using my pliers to pull the staple out. It didn't end up on my floor. So again, this is just about 2. So sometimes it works out like that. Sometimes it's a little shorter. The lengths seem to vary, but not by a lot. So there we go. We have all of our curls cut. So what I think I'm going to do before I start putting the curls on, I think what I want to do is do like 2 of the same color. to get that pop. So if you roll them up, and then you'll have something like that. I'll make it look neater versus one. I don't know. I'm going to try it and then see which way, and then I'll let you know. What I'm trying to do is disperse the color the best way possible. So let's try it. Let's see what happens. All right. I've got more pipe cleaners because I know I'm going to be adding. I'm going to go ahead and cut the strays off. And then put it in here. We'll take one section and we'll do it, and we'll see how we like it. There's pink. Cleaning up the edge of my curls. Flowers will be covering a lot of this up, but just to get a neat kind of look there. Okay, so we've put 3. I want to put 3 blue ones on here. So we'll cut some more of this, and I just take a regular pipe cleaner, bend it in half, cut. So now we'll stagger the blues, like maybe right here. Mesh is great for outdoor wreaths in my area. They hold up well. Blue. All I'm doing is taking it around the frame and taking it to the halfway point, and then wrapping the pipe cleaner around it. So I'm just rolling it pretty tight, putting it on the pipe cleaner. Bring the pipe cleaner up and give it a couple twists. I may add ribbon, that's why I'm not tucking them and doing all that stuff right just yet. So I've got our wreath to this point, but let me show you how I got us there. And I wanted to start off by, I had mentioned how I thought the pink mesh was different, and actually there's a huge difference. There's the weave on the blue. It's uniform and tight. The weave on the pink is very, very loose. And it's not very uniform at all. And it really has given me a fit. And then even the green turned out, it's got more weaving than the pink does, but it gave me a fit too. But just to show you, to recap, let's go ahead and dovetail because I went ahead and cut all that ribbon. That's what's on here. But then what I do is I cut it about 8 inches long, and I bring the ends together, fold them together again, and then need sharper scissors for this. Get all my corners together, and then I come back and create a 45-degree angle, and that creates the dovetails for my ribbons. And then just to put them on there was very simple. So I have that. And basically, so now I'm just going to look for spots where I think it could use a little pizzazz. And I'll show you how I did these little glitter eggs. So maybe in here, you try not to touch those pink too much because they just disintegrate on you. Figure out my sign. So I'm going to use this cute little sign. And I'll put it like maybe here. Something like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to only put the florals maybe on one side, so I may move some of these. We'll see. Let's get the sign on. And it's going to go on super simple. Has this nice little ribbon attached to it, so I'm weaving it down through the mesh. And we're going to go under that. I'm just going to bury it in here to sort of hide it, plus that will help secure it. Of course, we'll fluff it once we get it to the door, but we're not to that point just yet. I'm going to flip it over and go ahead and attach it. And I'm going to weave it around the bar and then bring it back to the center here. I snagged it, but that's okay, it's on the back. So I'm weaving it around the bar a couple times. may not put lights on this. I'm contemplating no lights. That's the light. Where I'm putting it has a very nice porch light, the automatic light. So it'll be a little bit different than the other ones I've made. I'm actually just going to do a bow because it'll just make it easier to remove it should we decide to. I am going to go ahead and trim up these edges, clean them up just a little bit. Actually, I'm going to put a knot. The weight of the wreath won't hang on that, it'll hang on the metal. But just since it will be outside, I'll just put a little knot there. I didn't tie it so tight that I can't undo it. Okay, so there's the centerpiece. Make sure all of our go forward. So what we'll do is we'll hang it and see how we want to get our how we want to do our flowers. So we have a couple choices. We can spread them throughout. I'm going to make little clusters with these so I can spread them out, or I can just maybe put them at the bottom or to one side. So we'll take it outside and we'll see what it looks like, and then we'll come back to you. What I decided is I'm going to do like a C cluster, but I'm going to go ahead and move these out. I can always put them back in. And when I attached these little eggs, these little glitter eggs, all I did was use the pipe cleaners, and I clustered 3 together. So we'll put those back on, but let's go ahead and give this a twist again. added just a little bit more color, so I added more flowers. I changed out the greenery to this. It's a little bit lighter than the other one. Once I hung it on the door, it kind of got lost on the door. And then I went ahead and added some more pink, because you can never have enough pink, right? Well, I sure hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please consider subscribing. And well, until next time, happy crafting!